Well, it's been 1 week since a painful chapter in our city's history came to a close. The state's case against the gunman in the August 3rd mass shooting is now over.
It's also been exactly 1 week since the sister of one of the victims did something few could imagine. She walked up to the gunman and hugged him.
KFOX 14 News at 9's Vania Castillo sat down with the judge in the case who allowed that moment to happen and reflected on what it meant.
Yolanda Tinajero, the eldest sister of Arturo Benavides, the woman who hugged the man who killed her brother. Judge Sam Medrano and I sat down to talk about that beautiful act that brought healing to a community still hurting.
I could hear the air leave the courtroom.
Judge Sam Medrano has seen a lot inside the 409th District Court.
But Ms. Tinajero reminded me of my mom. Because my mom would say and want to do the same thing she said.
But what he never expected was that a moment of healing, one that would ripple across the entire city, would come during the victim impact statements in the case against the Walmart shooter. Yolanda Tinajero, who lost her brother Arturo Benavides in the attack, said this to the gunman as she faced him.
I wish I could hug you so you can feel my loss but feel my forgiveness. But I know that's not allowed. And that bothered me that she thought that way. And I said, well, there's one person who can let that happen, and it was me.
And that's when the unimaginable happened. Judge Sam Medrano allowed it. She walked across the courtroom and hugged the man who killed her brother.
And having been concerned about security, I just knew that it was going to turn out all right. I can't tell you why I knew that, but I had some peace in me that it was going to turn out all right. Now, you want to interview the bailiffs who were in there and the defense lawyers. I knew he only had about 10 seconds to react and that he didn't have enough time to figure out how this shouldn't happen. I turned to my wall, to the back of my, I started crying. And I've never cried on the bench.
After the plea, Medrano says he made a promise to himself
that I would turn my back and focus on the witness chair, and I was never going to look at him again. Yeah. So I didn't see the hug. I felt the hug. I felt it as she passed me, and I said, what a hero. What a hero. She is helping this community get to where we deserve to be.
Medrano, who kept a log of every person who said, I forgive you, and allowed it to show the gunman compassion, shared why.
Because when you have an example of those two women as heroes, forgiving the unforgivable, it's a good example for us to move on and honor the people we've lost.
Well, Medrano told me he spoke to the defense team afterward, and they said they received several calls from others saying they too would like to hug the gunman. Reporting from the studio, I'm Vania Castillo.